this is Steve. Welcome back to the series Piano Basics. So, in the last class, we saw about natural minor, right? We saw the various chords in natural minor, and we also had a wide overview of the harmonic and melodic minors, the scales, yeah? So, we saw how really the harmonic and melodic minor scales are formed. We saw that formulae, and we also looked at the all the 7 chords of the natural minor. So that's going to be of really good help in this class. So if you haven't seen that video, you should check that out, and maybe you can come to this. So when we talk about harmonic minor, so let me just introduce harmonic minor as with a few points which might be quite useful when we as we proceed in this class. I'd like to think of harmonic minor as the most gloomiest minor. So we already saw that minor scales are very gloomier, right? So compared to the major scale, the natural minor is supposed to be quite gloomy. So this is the major scale of C, yeah. So that's very happy. And when we came in to minors, we saw that there are 3 minor scales, the natural, harmonic, and melodic. And we saw that the natural minor scales are the natural minor scale. The formula of natural minor scale is was seen to be 2 3 5 6, yeah. So what I mean by 2 3 5 6 is in between second and third and fifth and sixth notes, it's going to be a half note interval, and in every other place it's going to be a whole note interval. So if you're not really comfortable with the half notes and whole notes, you should check out the previous videos. And as we move into harmonic and melodic minors, let's first talk about the harmonic minor. So just to brush things up, I'll just play the harmonic minor scale. So this is the harmonic minor scale of D. So what I exactly did is I took the natural minor scale. This is supposed to be the natural minor scale, yeah? So this is natural minor scale. Just play it for you. Yeah. So the 7th note is seen to be C. What we do in harmonic minor is we take the 7th note and we sharpen it. So from A sharp, you don't go to C, rather you go to C sharp. Yeah. So you can see that there's a pretty big gap between the 6th and the 7th notes. The 6th note is supposed to be A sharp, and it's a 1.5 note interval between A sharp and C sharp. So what I mean by 1.5 tone interval is like this is the half tone interval, immediate consecutive notes, and this is the whole note interval. This is the 1.5 note interval. So we'll talk about the chords in the harmonic minor, right? We know the usage of chords. You can't exactly play the lead of the song when someone is singing it. Rather than just to go with some fill-ins, we'll look at the fill-ins, the concept of fill-ins in the upcoming videos. So as far as the song proceeds, we'll have to somehow support and augment the song in such a way that it sounds pleasing. We can't really play exactly what the singer is singing, and it will definitely form a clash in the song, right? So a chord is something that gives a mood to the song. We saw that with a very small example of the song Happy Birthday in the second video, I hope, yeah. So talking about harmonic minor scales chords, what I mean scales chords is the chords of the particular scale, yeah. So let's see. The first chord is seen to be, let's just stick on with D minor because we discussed the natural minor completely with D. So I think it'll be quite easy to follow in the scale of D. But it's definitely necessary to learn all the 12 scales. So whenever you find time, definitely devote a lot of time in the basics. At whatever level you are, definitely the basics are going to help, and you can't do nothing without the basics. The basic concepts of scale, chords, and as we go into the go into further classes, we'll be looking at a lot of chord progressions. Yeah, so we'll look at a lot of application stuff rather than going with the sheet music. I have put this small box of the notations. It is there for the past 3 classes, but I haven't really discussed about why it is used. We'll look a lot into that in the upcoming videos. And when going into the harmonic minor scale, the first chord is supposed to be D minor, yeah, and we saw in the natural minor that the second chord is E diminished. It just continues to be the same, yeah. And here where it changes in the natural minor, we saw that the third chord has the root F, and it was a major chord. Yeah, this is what we saw in the third video. Yeah, the natural minor video. But here you can't use the note C because it's not there in the harmonic minor scale. So we have to alternate. So this is F major, this is F minor, this is F diminished. None of that really fits in, because in F minor and F diminished you have the G sharp note. So obviously it can't be put in the scale. Uh, so when we look at all the other three possibilities, you can't have minor, major, or diminished. So what do we do now? We go to the another family of chords, which is called the augmented. So what I mean by augmented is it's just like any other family, like my major, minor, or diminished. But the formula is 3-3. We saw that in the major, the formula is 3-2. The minor, the formula is 2-3, and in diminished is 2-2. Yeah, 2-3 and 2-2. Yeah, and in augmented it's going to be 3-3. So what I mean by that is you just take a root. Yeah, let's say we want the E flat augmented. So this is the E flat augmented chord. So what I've done is I've taken the root, which is E flat here. I've gone, uh, I've left three semitones. I mean three tones in between them, three notes in between them, and I've hold the next note, which is G here, and again leave three notes in between them, and hold the B. Yeah. So yeah, so you can just form the F augmented the same way. So this is supposed to be the F augmented, right? So this is F augmented. So far so good. So the first chord was D minor, the second was E diminished, the third is F augmented, and the fourth chord of the harmonic minor scale is G minor. Yeah, all the notes are in the scale. The fifth is supposed to be A major. Yeah. In the previous one we used A minor, but here we don't have the note C in our scale, so we have to go to A major. And the next note of the scale is B flat, and we play major in that, right? The notes fit in the scale. And the last note goes like C sharp diminished, and it resolves back to D minor. So those were the chords of the harmonic minor scale. So I think that really sums up. And if you see, I'll just play the natural minor and harmonic minor scales back to back, and you can feel the difference in the harmonic minor, the way it sounds very moving and gloomy. So I'll just play it for you. Yeah. So that's all about harmonic minor. And moving to melodic minor, we saw the formation of the melodic minor scale in the previous video. We saw that it is kind of like a half minor and a half major, right? The first four notes of the melodic minor scale is exactly like the natural minor. So what is a natural minor? This is something like the natural minor, right? Yeah, first four notes are like the natural minor, and the remaining four notes are like the major. Yeah, it's quite a different sound. Yeah. Actually, the reverse doesn't come in that way. So this is how you come all the way from left to right. And when you want to go back to the tonic in the previous octave, what we do is we follow the exact rule of the natural minor. So this is how you come up: half major, half minor. And while going back, you go in the same route as you came in the natural minor. That really finishes a complete flavor to the scale. So yeah. that's about melodic minor. So actually, I think I should just type down the notes, the chords of harmonic minor. Yeah, it was D minor, E dim, F fog, G minor. I just have it written down. So and C sharp dim. Yeah, and what was we'll just look at the melodic minor chords. Yeah. So when you look at melodic minor chords, the first chord goes exactly like this, like every other chord in harmonic and natural. So it's the D minor. The second is actually E minor. Yeah, you can't have an E diminished here because I'll just give you a small hint. You're not going to use the scale of the reverse follow up. Yeah, you're going to use the same formula as you go up the scale. So what is the rule as we go up the scale? It's a half minor and a half major. Yeah. So you really should not use the notes of the scale which we use while coming back because they're exactly the natural minor. So you're going to end up with having chords of the natural minor again. It's going to be the ditto. So you don't want to do that. You have to stick on with the melodic minor while going up. So this is the first chord, D minor. The second is supposed to be E minor because you don't have the A sharp note here, yeah, in the melodic minor. And the third is exactly like the harmonic minor, the F augmented. And the fourth is G major. Yeah, it's not G minor because in G minor you'll have again the A sharp note, G minor, and in A it's again A major. Yeah. So what happens in A major is you're not using the note C, so it fits exactly in the scale of the melodic minor. And the next note of the scale is supposed to be B, right? It's not B flat. It's melodic minor, so it's B. So what do we do here? We play a B diminished. Yeah, it fits right in the scale. And then we go to C sharp dim. Yeah, we go to the note C sharp and we play a C sharp diminished. We already saw why we can't play a C sharp major and minor in the previous video. I think it was 2 videos back. So let me write down the chords of the melodic minor as well. So this is supposed to be melodic minor chords, and the previous one was so this is D minor, E dim. It's E minor, right? And it is F augmented. It's a G major. It's an A major. So I'm really poor at the theory, you know. I'll just teach you. I have I have an amazing technique to play. You know, I really don't remember the names of these cards. I'm really open about it because it's completely muscle memory as far as playing the piano for me is concerned. I don't know what chord I'm playing, but I play it right. So we look a lot about that. I'm more of a practical person when it comes to music. I really don't go. I'm quite poor at the sheet music. I'm not really good at sight reading, but I'm a very good player by ear. Yeah, I can just hear sing a few bars or measures. I can start playing it. So we look a lot about that. So I'm actually really forced to learn this theory when I'm taking these series. So I think I wrote all of it right. Yeah, G major, A major, B dim, and yeah, C sharp dim. So that's all about today's class. Yeah, think so. It's quite a small class. We saw that in the previous videos. We took about half an hour to 45 minutes. Fine. Anyway, so that's all about harmonic and melodic minor. So we, like, I guess we are just about 2 more classes to finish the basics. And even though you know the basic rules and the theory behind it, it's going to take a lot of time to really put that into action. Yeah. Uh, and playing fluently. And after that, we'll look at a lot of intermediate and advanced stuff as well. So that's all about the basic minor scales. Yeah, we have completed the basic minor scales, the natural, harmonic, and melodic. We have a lot of other minor scales and other scales and stuff. We have even a diminished scale and augmented scale, and a lot of complex things which are really not required at this point of time. We'll look that in the future videos. And I think in the next video we'll be looking at chord progressions. Yeah, so you can't just play all these chords in the sequence which I've written them down. It all depends upon context and the tune of the song. Yeah, the lead, the exact tune which the singer or an instrumentalist plays it. So we'll look really how we support the entire musical ensemble in the when we play live, or even when it comes to a recorded session. And that's all for now. Yeah. See you guys, and the next video I'll come up with some crazy chord progressions, and we'll explore a lot of them. And playing chords really, make you sound good. You can't just keep on playing this. Okay, that's just going to sound completely absurd, and it's not going to bring out the complete musician in you. A musician is supposed to, you should not always know that the singer or the one who is portraying the tune of the song has to be in the center, and we are all aside to augment them and support them. So really, in my playing, the cards have the most dominant role. I really don't play the lead much. I'm kind of a backing pianist where whatever I'm doing. So I really like the way it sounds. It can really be completely moving, and at times it can be completely unnoticeable. Yet it has its own merits. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.